Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, thanks a lot, Julie, and thank you for tuning into the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. You can give me a call tonight. 412-575-2600 is the number. You can also hit me up on Twitter, at Richie Walsh. I'm easy to find, easy to follow. And easy to tweet to. And most of the time I respond if it's a good tweet. So hit me up, and maybe I'll read your tweet tonight. We got a lot to talk about. Bucco Fever on hold for tonight. No Pirates game, but a big game tomorrow. It feels like a new season to me. I don't know what it feels like to you guys out there, but I'm really excited to see Chris Archer pitch tomorrow. I can't wait. This guy really impressed me with his press conference when I was over there that day, yesterday at the ballpark. I think this guy's going to fit right in. A lot of his teammates already love the guy. I think he's going to be a major player in the Pirates' potential to get back in the wild card race, really. And he has to be if the Pirates are going to get back in it. And I think this is going to give the players a boost. I mean, yesterday you just kind of throw that game away. It didn't look good right from the start. When you looked at the lineup, it wasn't impressive. You have three guys batting under 175 or something. Sean Rod making errors. Nick Kingham last start. You knew it was going to be a disaster, and the game was over after the first inning when it was 4-0. So now we turn the page and we move on to a new season, in my opinion. Right now the Pirates are 4 games back in the wild card. Potentially that could move. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks are playing right now. Those are the two teams that they would be catching. One of those two would be a division leader, and the other two would be a wild card. So if Arizona loses and the Dodgers win, the Dodgers will lead the West. Arizona would drop back, and the Pirates would gain a half game. So they could potentially be 3.5 games back. Right now, the Dodgers are beating the Brewers. You need the Dodgers to do that. You want the Dodgers to take a lead. You want the Dodgers to win and Arizona to lose right now, and that's what's happening, and the Dodgers are beating the Brewers. So the Pirates potentially could gain some ground on the Brewers not playing tonight. The Cubs are also losing. So by the end of the day, the Pirates could potentially be 6.5 games out and make up some more ground tomorrow. So I don't think the division is a possibility. I still don't think that, even though I'm excited about these moves. I don't think the division's a possibility. You got to catch two teams. You do play these two teams, fairly a lot here. You have a few games against each team coming up, but you'd have to sweep the Cubs and the Brewers whenever you play them. This is a critical series here because you're tied with the Cardinals. You're both 56 and 53, whatever the record is right now. They're both tied. They're both 7 games back. You got to take 2 out of 3 against the Cardinals. You got to win tomorrow. That would really give this team a boost. If Chris Archer comes out and throws that wicked slider, strikes out 14 people, the Pirates win a game 4-1, that's what you want to see. You want this excitement to continue. I see a lot of people on Twitter buying tickets for tomorrow's game. I would. If I had the night off, I would go buy a ticket, go to the game. I mean, I'm excited. I think a lot of fans out there would be too. So let's see what the Pirates can do here in the next couple series. These are critical series coming up because you have the Cardinals, you have the Rockies. You got a couple teams coming up that you need to beat, that you're contending in the wild card with. So they got to take 2 out of 3. They can't lose this series. I'm not saying it's over if they do, but they got to win this series. And you got to win each series. You got to slowly get back into this. It's like a marathon. It's not a sprint. You have a lot of time. It's only the beginning of August, so you have 2 full months to basically make up 4 games. And if you win every series, if you take 4 out of 5 series here coming up, take 3 out of 2 games, or basically something like that. You just try to win 3 out of every 5, something, or 4 out of every 6, whatever you can do to gain some ground, and that's how you're going to make up those games. So we're talking about the Buccos. Also, Steelers injury news up at training camp. Antonio Brown back in Pittsburgh to be re-examined for an undisclosed injury right now. We don't know what it is. Mike Tomlin wouldn't specify what the injury is, whether it's upper body or lower body, but he called it minor, so I don't think it's anything to really sweat over. Same with Al Villanueva. Both guys missed practice today, and those are the 2 guys just to kind of keep an eye on. Vance McDonald still not out there. Other guys are slowly coming back. It's a long preseason. So they got time to work their way back. But we're talking about Steelers training camp, also about the Buccos. I want to hear what you think if the Pirates can get back in this. And if it's not this year, next year, what do you need to be a real big contender? 412-575-2600 is the number, or you can reach me at Richie Walsh on Twitter. Back in a couple minutes.